Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is a Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, October 17th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. We got the Google grouped ads labels, deceptive or not. Google has this something called Goldmine, which we'll get into a little bit later. Big data-nosnippet HTML attribute has been released, and so much more. So definitely stay tuned. And of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Yahoo Search. Yahoo knows the way people are searching is changing. As one of the top search engines in the US, with hundreds of millions of users, Yahoo Search is constantly evolving to deliver a simplified, unified, and helpful search experience. Yahoo Search gives you quick and simplified AI-powered summaries, plus AI chat when you want to dive deeper. Whether it's news, finance, sports, shopping, or instant answers, get connected with what you need at Yahoo Search. Thank you, Yahoo, for sponsoring. Also, I'd like to apologize for my congestion. Hopefully it'll go away soon. I apologize. So Google made it official. They launched their new grouped ad labels with the bigger sponsored results label at the top. We've been seeing Google test this for several months now. And now it seems to be officially live. According to Google, it's officially live. Google says this is to improve navigation. They put a hide button at the end, so you can hide the results, hide the sponsor results if you don't want them. But the truth is, the only way to hide the results is to scroll past the results first and then click hide. If they really wanted you to hide those search results, those sponsor results, they would put the hide button at the top, wouldn't you think? That being said, Google says this is to make navigation even easier, and they're basically updating how they show ads on search. But as we heard when Google was testing this, even the most experienced searchers, even you SEOs and PPCers, found these to be very hard to understand. You would scroll past the first sponsored result label and say, oh, that's the first one is a sponsored result label. And the second and third and fourth in that grouping, you think they were organic results. This seems to be a much more deceptive way to get more clicks from Google, but Google's just labeling it as being more easy for users. That being said, they're fully live. And it is what it is, so I guess people will become accustomed to them soon, and then Google will try to find something new that would make it even harder for searchers to understand that they're actually ads. Going back to the old Google search leak from a couple years ago, there's still more information coming out of this. Sean Anderson over at his Hobo website basically is digging deep into all these types of things that he's finding from this leak, and he found something new called Google Goldmine. A Google Goldmine seems to be a scoring system where it looks at things like title tag factor, body factor, anchor heading factors, and much more to come up with a type of score, which is called Goldmine. So it's not clear if Google's actually using this right now, but Sean Anderson's actually on his website is going through a lot of these types of things, which actually dig into all these things that we probably didn't look at yet regarding this old Google data leak, the search data leak from a while ago. And it seems like this Goldmine thing is pretty interesting, so I would definitely recommend you take a look at it. Again, we don't know if Google's actually using this now, but it wasn't that data leak. Bing went ahead and announced that it's now supporting the data-nosnippet HTML attribute. Google began supporting this attribute, I think, in 2019, and ever since then, we've been asking every year to Microsoft, hey, do you support it? Do you support it? Do you support it? They keep saying no, but now Bing does support this feature, which basically lets you say, for these pieces of content on this specific page, we don't want you to use this in the search results. Microsoft said they stepped this up a little bit better, where it's better for premium, like paywall content, for AI-related stuff, if you don't want AI to actually index this stuff, and other reasons. You can even do A/B testing and other things for SEO purposes, which is very, very cool. So definitely take a look at that no snippet attribute for Bing. Lots of cool features there. And then Google's Robby Stein, a VP of search at Google, went ahead and was interviewed by Lenny Rasinski, and he went through a bunch of things around AI not replacing search, AI within the search results, how it's going to mix in, SEO and for AI, AEO, and all that other stuff. Definitely an interview to watch. I posted about it on October 13th, and then this morning I posted about an interview with Liz Reid, the head of Google Search, she was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal, also talking about AI search, but also adding in how ad clicks are decreasing, but the percentage, I guess, the ad click-through rates are decreasing, but because people are doing more searches, the ad clicks in general are still the same number of ad clicks, but they're just, CTR is decreasing, but people are doing more searches. So AI search is actually increasing the way people search. They're searching more often. They're clicking less on ads overall as a click-through rate, but they're clicking overall on the same number of ads that they were before because people are searching more. That's the way I understood it, at least. Also, she talked about publishers and all this other stuff around AI slop and stuff like that. So definitely watch that interview. I posted about this morning on the Search Engine Roundtable. And then talking about AI in search, according to Mark Williams Cook over at Also Asked, the number of people also asked that are generated through AI has pretty much doubled from 17% or so 3 months ago to about 38% just this month. So it's pretty increasingly how often Google's actually using AI to generate the people also ask results. Google seems to be sending push notifications to your device, to your mobile device, Android, I think Android, maybe Google, also, maybe iPhone also, to generate search queries on AI mode. This is spotted by Sasha Patel, and other people are seeing this, I think Glenn Game as well, where you get a notification on your phone, you click it from Google, and it'll open up the Google app and take you right into AI mode for that query. Very interesting Google's doing this. I think Google did this with other things, but now this seems to be a little bit pushy, in my opinion. It seems like Google's also testing local results without the call buttons. When you do a search for something that like pizza stops and stuff like that, it comes next and you see the local results next to you. Usually there'll be a button to get directions, to order, and also to call the place. But the call button seems to be missing. This is spotted originally by Jason Hensley on Facebook, and then Darren Shaw reposted on LinkedIn. They said if you notice a drop in phone calls from your Google business profile, it could be because Google is currently testing the removal of the call button from the organic listings while keeping it active for the paid placements. And he showed us a screenshot here showing a call button for some, but not for others. Now, I think this might be the Google web guide. Google call button is not there because if you do comparisons, it is there for some user interfaces. But Gang and Gorta spotted when you actually scroll through it on your mobile device and you scroll up and down, it would actually add the call button a little bit later. So I don't know. I think Google's testing things there. Maybe it's a bug. I'm not sure. Hopefully Google will resolve this and they'll add a call button because that's what people want. Google's Nano Banana feature, which basically lets you become creative with creating images in a very funny way, is now available in Google Search via Google Lens. You do a search in Google Lens, and then you're able to click on Creative Mode or Create Mode, and then you can actually use Nano Banana to actually adapt the actual image to do what you want, which is pretty fun. I don't know how much usage this will get, but Google made a big deal about this just a couple weeks ago, or actually less than a week ago. Also, Google's hiring a Google Discover engineer specifically focused on user-generated content. The job requirement for this software engineer is to make sure to improve the quality of user-generated content, specifically in Google Discover. So we'll see what happens with that. Google does want to push more user-generated content with search into Google Discover, and they want to make sure that content is up to par, because user-generated content could be good, but often it could be also really, really bad and dangerous. So I guess Google wants to be more careful there. On the Google Ads side, Google Ads is also testing a new optimization insights recommendation where they have these like 3 pillars. One is a Google build a foundation column, one is drive performance, and the third is to expand and grow. This is spotted by Natasha Kurara, who said Google Ads is quietly rolling out a new optimization insights layer and it's worth paying attention to. Google Ads is rolling out Google Ads API version 22. Version 22 has a bunch of new features. It seems to be a major release. Includes smart bidding exploration expansions, improvements to demand gen, PMAX campaigns updates, and app campaigns for installs, and much more. So definitely take a look at that. Google Merchant Center now supports the sale of physical goods subscriptions. So if you want to sell like an ongoing book subscription where you can actually get a physical book, or clothing that people want to buy on a routine basis, or whatever it might be, that's a subscription for physical goods, they finally now support that. They haven't supported that until now. Also, Google has updated its medicine policy regarding prescription drug terms, where you can now actually go ahead and there's all these different policies around it. So if you are in prescription business, definitely take a look at that new policy. It will be starting to go into effect at the end of this month, I think October 29th. And Google has updated its misrepresentation policy for both shopping and free listings in Google Merchant Center. The update provides additional explanations and examples of what policies cover, more guidance on how to be compliant, and also more information about the appeal process. So definitely take a look at that as well. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz, and this is search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable. Again, apologize for the congestion. Hopefully next week will be a little bit clearer. Everyone have a great, safe weekend. And again, thanks you to Yahoo Search for sponsoring. Deeply appreciate it. Bye-bye.